lovely world. So, I've been reading the comments over the last 2 days worth of videos. I read all comments, by the way. Even though it doesn't seem like I read comments, I actually do read the comments. Now, I've gotten comments suggesting I do something two things I haven't done in a very, very long time. And those two things, before I dive into this video, there's going to be a few things that I have to take care of that are, housekeeping type things for this channel. Look, the last time I did these two styles of videos, it didn't end well. So, I'm only going to do one video for each of these two topics. Actually, all three of these topics I'm only doing one video. So, I don't know when or how I'm going to do this just yet, but I'm going to do another Ask Eric. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know any of that stuff right now. And I probably won't know any of that stuff until sometime later on this year. The second thing is power rankings. Now, I don't know how that's going to work just yet. I haven't decided anything on any of these topics except for the one I'm talking about today. And these are only going to be one-off episodes on this channel. So, I will let you guys know when I'm ready to do power rankings and when I'm ready to do the Ask Eric thing. That'll probably be sometime later this year, maybe towards the end of the year. Or maybe towards summer. But right now, look, I just want to have a disclaimer. I know nothing about sex. I know very little about sex because I've never experienced it. Now, I'm only going to talk about heterosexual sex here because that's what I am. I'm a heterosexual man. I don't want to have sex. I don't need to have sex. I don't know anything about gay sex. I don't know anything about lesbian sex. I don't know anything about transgendered sex or anything from the LGBTQIA community because I don't know anything about that because I'm a heterosexual man. Now, all the information that I'm going to tell you about in this video is either from a book or from something I searched on Google. That's how I do my research. And that's how I'm going to continue doing my research because that's what I do. Now, I know all of you can probably read a book telling you how to have sex and do all that stuff. And look it up online. Now, when I was in my 20s, from 20 to 29, I watched a lot of porn. We have all done it. We all know what it's about. Some of that stuff's not realistic and it's not the truth. Basically. It's just not there. Now, recently I haven't watched as much porn. I still watch it from time to time, but I'm not an avid sex addict like I used to be. Or not sex addict. A porn addict, I should say. Now, there are certain things that you can do to prepare for sex. Sex isn't just about sticking your dick in a vagina. That's not all it's about. It's about so much more than that. And I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, so I'm gonna say private parts here. And maybe vagina will be okay, but I don't think they'll allow me to say dick or penis or any of that stuff, even though I'm just said it. Look, it's about more than that. It's about foreplay and coreplay and moreplay. All of those things. Look, from what I read in this book that I've told you guys about several times on this channel, is that in this book it teaches you all about how to do foreplay and coreplay and moreplay and stuff like that. So what you do, you shouldn't brush your teeth, by the way. That's just another disclaimer in this video that you guys need to realize, is that if you're going to do anything I say in this video to a vagina or to any part of the female anatomy that you want to take part in, please either do, it does say in the book that you should do non-alcoholic mouthwash or something that's not gonna, make your gums bleed or anything like that. Before you do this thing I'm about to tell you. So, in the book, it suggests that you do fingering, whether it's your index and your middle finger, and I'm not just saying, stick your whole thing in there. Just ease yourself into the situation and make a come on motion like this. Now, another thing it did say is eating out. It talked a lot about eating out and using your tongue, not too aggressively. Just it's just kind of foreplay. It's just kind of breaking the ice, if you will, or breaking that barrier, if you will, between vagina and mouth. And it can be you have to ask permission first, because she's probably not going to want you sticking your tongue down her vagina, or sticking your fingers in her things. Oh, and have your nails clipped when you're doing the whole fingering situation, because you don't want to scratch anything and you don't want to make it uncomfortable for her, because the most important thing is that she is comfortable with whatever you're doing. And asking permission first is the most important thing, like I said. And using toys too. That's also what it said in the book, is that you can use a dildo, or you can use some sort of toy that will make it comfortable for her, and not just sticking it all the way in. You got to ease into the situation and be gentle and be kind and listen to what she's telling you. Because if she's not feeling comfortable, that's not a good sign. And she will tell you immediately if she's not uncomfortable, if she isn't uncomfortable with the whole, slowly easing into sticking your tongue in there, or sticking your fingers in there, or placing a dildo in there. It may not be comfortable for her. It's about the whole foreplay, coreplay, moreplay is all about how she feels and what she wants. It's not about what the guy wants. It's about what she wants. And not every woman's going to have an orgasm, or is going to like, having, being eaten out, or, like having fingers in her vagina, or any of that stuff. So just be precautious about how you go about the whole foreplay, coreplay, or moreplay situation. And it doesn't have to just be the vagina. It could be her anal too, or hand jobs, or blow jobs, any of that stuff. And it's just ask her if it's okay. Because if she says it's not okay, then you gotta stop right there. Because she's not gonna like it. And she probably won't like it the first time. It may take like 3 or 4 times before she actually likes the idea of having, 1 or 2 fingers up there. Or having your tongue in there. Or having a dildo or some sort of a toy up there. You got to start out small is basically what you got to do when you're doing, before you even actually have penetrational sex, because you just can't dive right into having sex, because that's not how she likes it, or she's gonna like it. You gotta work up to it. You gotta make her feel comfortable before you can actually stick the guy's private part into her vagina, or her private part. She's not gonna like it if you just ram it in and do it that way. That's not how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to make it better for her before you actually have vaginal sex. You're supposed to, do a little bit of foreplay. Start out with kissing, the lips. Not the, both lips. The one on her face and the one down there. And then work your way up to those things I mentioned in this video. Whether it's... Did I even press record? I did. Oh, we're only 10 minutes. Just make it comfortable for her. Because if she, like I said, if she's not feeling comfortable, she will tell you immediately, and then that'll ruin the whole mood of the evening. Look, just do things properly. Build up to the vaginal sex. Build up to whatever she feels comfortable with. Start out slow, because if you just go in there and start out fast, you're not going to have success. Now, like I said, I have no idea if this works, because I've never had sex. I probably will never have sex in this life, and that's okay with me. But from what I've read in a book and from what I've learned on the internet from Google and stuff like that, that's what you need to work on. Is work on your foreplay, your coreplay, and then moreplay, and then work up to the penetration sex or vaginal sex, whatever you want to classify it as. It's not all about sticking your parts in her parts. It's about building up to that point. And this is only a one-time video, guys. I'm never going to do a sex video like this again, because this is all the information I know, and it's probably the only information I know. And be realistic here. You gotta start out small. You gotta start out baby steps when you're working up to the major steps, which is having sex. You gotta work on the smaller, finer details and make it comfortable for her. Because if you don't make it comfortable for her, she's gonna move on to someone else, and they're probably gonna have more experience and more, drive to make her comfortable. Look, beards are not the best thing to have either, from what I've read in this book. It's about, being clean shaven, having the best outlook of it, starting out with, maybe do one finger here, or a finger, two fingers there, or, kissing the vaginal lips, stuff like that. And it doesn't have to be just, oral sex. It could be, anal sex. It could be anything that leads up to the penetration or the vaginal sex. That's what you should take away from this video, is that you need to start out slow, then work your way up to the faster stuff. Because that's what, from what I read in that book, and from what I've Googled online, that's how you need to start. It's about oral sex, any other sex that's not vaginal sex. Vaginal sex should be the last thing you do. The very last thing you do when you're with a woman. And this is only about heterosexual sex. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, I don't know anything about the LGBTQIA plus community, because I'm not in that community. Sure, I have friends who are gay and friends who are lesbians and stuff like that, but I have absolutely no information I can give you on this, on that at all. This is just about heterosexual sex. And I hope you guys understand where, this whole, foreplay, coreplay, and moreplay. Look it up. And get, what was the book called? She Comes First by Ian... Hang on a second. Let me get the book here. It's called She Comes First, The Thinking Man's Guide to Pleasuring a Woman by Ian Kerner. He's a PhD. And that's how I learned about all of this stuff. That, you know, the moreplay, the coreplay, the foreplay, all this stuff. You can learn about it in this book. So, and I got it on Amazon for, what was it, like $6 to $10, something like that. And it taught me a lot. And Google's a good thing to teach you as well. Porn, try to stay clear of that, because porn isn't the best thing to watch or to learn from, because those are not realistic situations. I'm sure everyone's watched porn and thought, is that realistic? Sometimes it can be realistic, but other times it's not, you know, 100% how it should be done. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you tomorrow with a brand spanking new vlog. And have a great 2020. Whatever age you're celebrating in 2020, may it have glorious moments for you. May there be numerous memories from whatever age you're celebrating this year, whether you're going out to celebrate with family or friends or strangers or acquaintances or anyone, best friends, whoever you're celebrating with, have fun, but not too much fun. Let's take that with a grain of salt. Look, I don't know if this is going to make a lot of sense to this video is going to make a lot of sense to every single person on this planet, but I don't expect this to go viral. Let's just put it that way. Sex is, you know, a tricky situation. You gotta learn from books, from Googling things, from experiencing it firsthand. I have never done that. I'm a virgin, and I want to keep it that way for the rest of my life. And like I said, I'm not the best person to give you advice, because I'm not a sex expert. I don't have a degree in sexology. I don't know anything about sex, because I've never had it, and I probably never will in this lifetime. Who knows what's going to happen in the next lifetime? We'll get to that point when it comes to it. So, I will see you all like I said, I will see you all tomorrow, and have a great Super Bowl Sunday. Or not Super Bowl Sunday. Have a great Sunday. If you don't want to watch the Super Bowl, don't have to watch the Super Bowl. And you can watch the Puppy Bowl. Or you can watch the halftime show, or you can just watch the commercials. Whatever you prefer to watch today. And just be who you want to be. And remember, foreplay, coreplay, moreplay is how you start every single sexual encounter, if you will. Start with oral sex, start with fingering, start with those two things. If she's not comfortable with that, move on. Don't worry about it. And don't push it. Don't push it. If she doesn't want oral sex, don't push vaginal sex. If she doesn't want oral sex, don't push anal sex. Don't push anything on her that's going to make her uncomfortable. That's all you got to take away. And work on those three things I said. Moreplay, coreplay, and foreplay. Then work your way up to vaginal sex. Alright, I gotta go. Bye-bye.